As cold and flu season is creeping upon us, I think it's really important to have some recipes that we can go to for natural remedies that will work. So today we are making an all-natural, only 3-ingredient cough drop. This is a cough lozenge. It's not like a hard candy like most of your cough drops are. In the future, we are going to be making some of those that are more like the hard candy with honey and herbs. But today it is a no bake, no cook, super fast and easy cough drop recipe. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Ridgehaven Homestead. From the mountains of Upper East Tennessee, we share snippets of our off-grid life, cabin build, and garden blessings. Pour yourself a cup of tea, sit back, and take a peek into our off-grid home and family. This recipe is based on 3 ingredients. First of all, we are going to use some honey, and we are going to use some slippery elm powder, and we're going to use some Saigon cinnamon. Now, if you have Ceylon cinnamon, that is also good. I think that's a little bit more of a medicinal kind of cinnamon. This is culinary cinnamon. Get the kind that you can get your hands on. So first of all, honey is an ingredient that has antibacterial and some antiviral properties, and it's just a very soothing thing on your throat. A lot of times when you have a cough or a sore throat, you like to suck on a cough drop or a throat lozenge, and the honey is one that will coat the throat. It will just make it it'll make any kind of scratchiness dissipate, and so then you're getting the benefits from the honey as well. Why slippery elm? Well, slippery elm is one of those herbs. If you remember when I made the sore throat soothing tea, we use slippery elm in that as well. Slippery elm bark is from a tree, the slippery elm, and it has the ability to form kind of like a nice smooth coating on your mucous membranes, which is very soothing when your throat is scratchy or dry or irritated from repeated coughing or whatever the case. So slippery elm is a wonderful thing to add to our cough drops. I wanted to make this one today because I wanted to include the slippery elm, and in the cough drops that we make in the future, we are going to be exploring different herbs and different combinations with different flavors. The cinnamon that we are using is primarily used for flavoring, but it also has some healing properties as well, so it's nice to add cinnamon. You have to have something for flavor, and so that's what we're using, just 3 ingredients. First of all, we're going to take a medium-sized bowl. I just have this size, and we are going to measure 1 cup of our slippery elm powder into the bowl. That's probably going to be almost all of the slippery elm powder. We might have to get some more. I get my slippery elm powder at our local health food store. There's a lot of slippery elm to be adding, isn't it? The next thing we're going to add is 1 teaspoon of our cinnamon. Okay, give that a stir to incorporate that cinnamon into the slippery elm. And then we're going to add some honey. There are many, many different kinds of ways that you can make natural cough drops. There are so many good herbs that are soothing on the throat, but sometimes you just want to make something that's really simple, and sometimes it's hard to get the lid off the honey. I'm gonna have to run hot water over this so we can get it going. I'm sure you know this, but in case you don't, if you can get local raw honey, that's gonna be best to use medicinally. Okay, what we're going to do is we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of this honey. Do you see how dark amber it is? Just a note, in case you forgot, you never give honey containing foods or supplements to babies under 1 year old because of the risk of botulism that can sometimes occur, and they don't have the immune system to fight it. So we're going to add 4 tablespoons of this good, thick honey. We want to get all of that good honey. We don't want to let it waste because everything is so expensive these days. Okay, now you just want to incorporate that, and it might be kind of thick, and the idea is it's going to be a little bit crumbly. That's okay, that's what it's supposed to be. We're wanting something that is slightly more crumbly than Play-Doh so that we can form this into balls. Okay, I think that's probably sufficient. Now what you want to do is take small little pieces and roll them into little bitty balls that are going to go on a piece of either parchment or waxed paper. You just want them to stick together because you want them to get hard. Okay, so there's a little bit of one. And we're going to stick this on a cookie sheet. And then we're going to make more and more of those. Because I'm always very curious, let's go ahead and taste a little bit of it and see how it tastes. Very mild. Almost kind of chewy. That's interesting. So these little things are going to melt in your mouth. And hopefully you don't have to chew them up. And as you suck on them, that slippery elm powder is going to coat your throat and it's going to make it feel a lot better. So I would call these more like throat lozenges rather than cough drops, although slippery elm can help by making your throat less dry. That can help your cough. Start making them into little balls. The recipe says it should make 36, but I'll come back when I get those done and we'll check back with you. Once I started rolling them into balls, I realized the mixture was still a little bit dry, so I added a smidgen more honey until it was slightly drier than Play-Doh, but less dry than it had been, and then they held together a lot better. These are definitely non-traditional cough lozenges, but we're going to set them aside. What we want to do is we want to let them air dry for at least 24 hours, and then they will get harder, and then we will store them in an airtight container so that they don't get moist. So these are going to be a very different cough lozenge, but if you're willing to give it a try, I think you might find that the slippery elm and the honey are very soothing to your throat. So there you have it. That's our first cough drop recipe. Come back next time and we're going to be doing another type of cough drop. It's going to be the more traditional boiling cough drop with herbs. So that'll be nice. We're just trying different ones and seeing which ones we like the best. So you tell me which ones you like the best and what your favorite type of natural cough drop is. And until next time, stay safe, be well, and may God bless you.